Anyway, here I am, right at the field stage, out the back in the artist's tent for Edge Radio, and we're talking to the Softpack all the way from San Diego. How you guys doing?
Great.
Great.
How are you doing?
You're looking a little tired. Where have you come from?
We just came from California yesterday.
You didn't get snowed in or anything? Of course, you're not on the. You're on the wrong side of the.
Yeah, but we got affected by the snow in New York. Our flight got delayed 5 hours, so we were in the airport for quite a bit.
Was there a point where you were worried you might not make it?
No, not really. The Qantas is a good airline. We knew we could count on them.
I like the confidence. Anyway, so welcome to the Falls Music and Art Festival here in Marion Bay. So before you came here and you heard the word Tasmania, what did you think?
I think it's probably the farthest place we'll ever have played from our home, from LA. So that was the first thing I thought.
I was really excited. I grew up watching cartoons. Tasmanian Devil was a big character, big favorite of mine.
Did you get here thinking you were going to see like fallen trees after the Tasmanian Devils completely ruined the forest?
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. They're little devils. Matt brought up a good point, though. In San Diego, we're used to seeing a lot of eucalyptus, and here it just grows really naturally. But in San Diego, it's a introduced species of tree. So
is it a nuisance there, or considered a notorious tree, or?
What's the story?
Basically, they brought it for around the turn of the 20th century. They brought it for. They thought they could use it for railroad ties for the wood, but it's too crooked.
Yeah. Not even we use it for that. So.
Yeah, so it was just a bunch of trees took over, and now San Diego's covered in eucalyptus. So we feel like we're kind of at home. That's why it's kind of nice.
Yeah, nice. Anyway, let's talk about the music. Originally, I believe you guys were called the Muslims, which is... I'm sure you get asked this question all the time, but it caused a bit of an uproar, did it? An outcry, would you say?
It was just kind of something. It was just a band name. We never thought we'd get any attention as a band anyway, like press or anything, so it was just a band name, and then once we started to get more press, it kind of got misinterpreted, and then we had to change it.
So we had a similar band from New Zealand. They were called Shihad. Right, and then when 9/11 happened, they changed their name to Pacifier. Right. And then they realised after a couple of years no one cared, so now they're Shihad again. Yeah. So I always thought, the Muslims, would it really cause that much sort of upsetting of people? You didn't think that to begin with at all?
Yeah, I mean, no one we knew was offended by it, so we thought it'd be alright. So
did you go through other sort of names out of a hat to rename the band?
Yeah, Brian came up with the Softpack, our drummer. It's basically the name of like a flaccid dildo that transvestites wear, women trying to pass as men. So it's kind of like, it works better than a sock.
Fair enough. Have you seen one of these in person?
Yeah, I just got one for Brian for Christmas.
Really? Do you carry it around at all times, or does he carry it around at all times?
I don't know. I haven't asked. So. It looks natural, though.
It does. Does it?
Yeah.
I'll have to look this up sometime. Anyway, you had your self-titled debut come out in, was it February of this year?
Yeah.
Yeah? How's the reaction so far to it?
It's been good. Down here's been great. We came and did some shows in July, and we were surprised. The Australians came out in droves and rocked out with us, so that was good.
You weren't expecting much, and suddenly you turned up and there were crowds everywhere?
Well, yeah, you don't know what to expect when you come to, anywhere.
Fair enough. Do you have any? I've seen a few other interviews where you've said you've written a few things, maybe not on the road, but you've written some new material. You're gonna sort of maybe test it out.
Yeah, we've got 2 new songs today that. Well, one of them came out in the States on a 45 on a 7-inch. It's called Gag Dad, and then we have one that's unnamed right now that we'll do another one. So
unnamed. Does it have a temporary name?
Nerves-ish. Because we're into the band The Nerves, So.
Okay. Excellent. Something to look forward to for the crowds. Now, it is a New Year's festival. Have you played a New Year's festival before?
No. We've just played like a bar show on New Year's. It was wild one night. Rob Schneider showed up. You know who that is? The guy from SNL. We were playing with this band, the Night Marchers, and it was in our hometown. They're from San Diego as well, and they're friends with Rob. So he came up and they did like some Elvis covers together. He was singing. And he does Tiny Elvis, right? And anyway, so it was good. But this is our first festival.
I'm sure I've seen him play Elvis before.
I think he has a character on SNL called Tiny Elvis. Isn't that Rob Schneider? Or is that someone else?
I don't know if I've seen that.
I know.
Fair enough. So, are you the kind of people that make New Year's resolutions?
No,
not at all?
No.
Really?
I'm not
really?
superstitious.
Not at all. Oh, well, there goes that question completely out. Well, thanks for talking to us here at Edge Radio.